Which is the best CRT monitor for retro gaming? What size is the right one? What is the difference between shadow mask and aperture grill? And what the heck, they are even available as curved and flat? Well, these and many more questions arise often now that the CRT hype train is real. In this video I will give you an overview about all the different CRT specs available, and I also will give you my personal recommendation on what CRT monitor to use to get the best possible experience for the games that you wish to play. Okay, as you see here, I have prepared a small collection of CRT monitors just to give you a basic idea of what is available to choose from. Let us start with the tubes that these monitors have. We have a normal shadow mask, IYAMA 502 here, and an AOC 17-inch here. We have a Sony Trinitron aperture grill here and here. And we have 3 Mitsubishi Diamondtron tubes here. One in the IYAMA 510 Pro, one in the 512 Pro, and the other in the original Mitsubishi Diamond Pro here. The difference between these tube technologies is the way that the image is projected on the screen. I do not want to blow the scope of this video, so in general you can remember that the shadow mask CRTs look more like normal TVs and are not as bright or as high quality as the aperture grills. Also, aperture grills are much closer to the display quality, color vividness and sharpness of later LCD displays, while still maintaining all the advantages that CRTs are famous and loved for. The next, even more important thing we need to talk about is flat or curved CRTs. I will make a dedicated video about this topic soon, but for now, let me say that the trend that CRTs had to become flat because of the LCDs that were arriving back in the day was not a good one. The curved form is the natural form of the CRT tube, and what they basically did was add a lot of glass in front of the natural tube to make it flat. Thus, you often hear people say that it feels like looking through a window when you look at a flat CRT, while it looks natural, and you even have more depth perception when you look at a curved CRT. So for retro gaming, I absolutely recommend a curved CRT for every game before like 2001. With that being said, you will have the biggest difference in shooters or games like MechWarrior, where you have a first-person view, and you will have the least difference in games with isometric perspectives like Age of Empires or Baldur's Gate here. These games are also fine, or let's say not so bad, on flat CRTs. Also, since the flat CRTs that I have are of course newer, sharper, can do higher resolutions with higher refresh rates than my older curved CRTs, I use them more for modern gaming. Of course, it's also nice that the FW900 here is 24-inch and thus is amazing for 16:10 resolutions like 1680 x 1050 at 100 Hz. But, like I said, retro games from the 90s are a must for me to play on a curved CRT with 4:3 aspect ratio and 21-inch, and it has to be from the corresponding years. As for which monitors to recommend strictly for retro gaming, I would say try to find a Sony Trinitron or a Diamondtron CRT. Those are usually a bit harder to get, but they are totally worth it. As for size, that's a personal preference, as the image usually looks better on 17 or 19-inch CRTs, and when you sit close enough, then that can even be a better experience for you than my 21-inch CRTs here. For me personally, I have built a retro gaming room where the perfect size is 21-inch because I sit far enough away from it in a very relaxing seat. As for brands, Sony, IYAMA, Mitsubishi, ISO are clearly the best ones. With IYAMA and ISO, you must be a bit careful and know the models better because they have shadow masks and aperture grills available just with different model names. For example, with IYAMA, if you have a Pro series monitor, you have a Diamondtron tube inside, and if you have a non-Pro, then you will have a shadow mask. As for Sony and Mitsubishi, you can always count on them having the best possible tubes because they manufacture these Trinitron or Diamondtron tubes, and the difference in models is often only the maximum refresh rate they can do, or if they are curved or flat, or such things. Because I just mentioned refresh rates, that's a very, very important topic when you use CRT monitors, but that's so big that I want to make a dedicated video about that soon. Alright, that's it for now and today. Thanks for watching and bye bye.